Passionate about something that I struggled with when I first started my business, and it's I think something that a lot of leaders really lack. Is the ability to power down and build a business in depth and really developing leaders in your business. And I'm going to talk about kind of the importance of that. But before I get into this, I kind of want to talk about what happened with me in my business, because it definitely was something that I struggled with. But basically, I got on board with the company about 2 years ago, right? You guys know Alex Morton, he got me on board with it. And, you know, we hit the ground running. My third month, I went diamond. We had a lot of success with it. I was making about $1,000 a month. But I was stagnant, right? Nothing was really happening with it. I went home for winter break and, you know, wasn't really developing leaders. I was just kind of, you know, doing all the calls on my own, building out of fear, not out of faith. And basically, while I was home for winter break, went up to Sun River for like 2 weeks. Not really any cell service up there. Wasn't really doing anything. Was just on the mountain all day. And while I was there, I lost basically half my profit leg. Okay, so half my business went away, and I came back from winter break to ASU in January, and was pretty discouraged, obviously, right? Didn't know what happened with it, didn't know why that had happened, and I really had to look myself in the mirror and really talk with Alex, because Alex had the same thing happen. I remember talking to Alex, and I think he was crying at home in Vegas over winter break. And so, you know, it was not like this fairy tale fantasy journey that we went on. We really had to look at what we were doing wrong, and the thing is that we were not powering down, right? As a business completely focused on us, right? We were the spotlight. It's all about us. It was not about these guys up here, you guys up back there coming up and being the next leaders in this company. And so what we had to do is figure out a system that was take the focus off of ourselves and really reach down, okay, and find the newest people and bring them up and really promote them in the business. And that's, you know, what happened. There was that transition period of, you know, I was stuck at Diamond for 6 months, right? My why kind of shifted from leaving Outback, right, to eventually, you know, my dad, right? A lot of you guys heard this story. He worked corporate America, major tech company, started from the bottom, worked his way to the top, you know, making more than I'm making today with this company. And after 23 years in corporate job security, he was unemployed, right? Forced out of his job, 2 kids in college, and a fat mortgage. And so, you know, that kind of shifted my whole thing where I had to make this work, right? Because if I didn't, there was that possibility that my family could lose everything. Okay, and so when failure is not an option, okay, it's pretty easy to succeed with this. Okay, and so I had that shift in my mindset. I shifted my paradigm. I went to convention. Okay, if you guys haven't been if this is your first event, I know I saw a lot of hands go up. Okay, get to convention, get to the conferences, because conferences and conventions, they change your mindset. They raise your belief level. You see the people making money with it. You hear the success stories. You see these guys up here and what they've done with it. Okay. It raises, you get a better understanding for what this business is, okay? So April, be at convention in Vegas, okay? From there, changed my mindset, came back, me and Alex were supposed to go to Cancun for spring break for a week. Came back from convention, obviously that wasn't going to happen because we wanted to build, okay? You guys will have an opportunity tonight to build by the home event we're going to have here at 7 o'clock, if we finish on time. And so, came back from Cancun, switched it up, went to Hawaii, not a bad alternative. Okay, went to Hawaii, got on, you know, went there, had some growth, not a whole lot happened, came back, went back to Hawaii again to do damage control, had a kid go out there and basically half that team quit. So went back out there again, didn't have a whole lot of growth either while I was there, but one night had a meeting where, you know, 3 of us were in a dorm room, and basically 1 kid got on board, or 2 kids got on board, 1 kid walked out in the middle of the meeting. Okay, 1 kid got on board named Nick Morelli, the other one named Derek Alexander, okay, and the rest was history. Okay, we took it off, and basically from there, what we did is we reached down and we built them up. Okay, we shifted the focus off ourselves, we highlighted Derek, and then from there, Derek led to Casey Holiday, John Harrington, Cam Kirkar, all these guys in the front, Jay Cunha, okay, and we shifted the focus from Derek onto them. Okay, and what we were doing was we're building a sustainable business. So getting back to my slides, building in depth, okay, that is the key to building a sustainable business, is building this in depth. You heard about these guys talking about failing and teams leaving. Okay, the reason that happens is because of a lack of duplication, a lack of leadership development. Okay, when he said he had, I forget who said that, Ben, yeah, he had like 5 teams or what, 50 or more like leave or whatever. Okay, the reason that happened is because no one stepped up. There was no development. We didn't reach down. Okay, and that's not a reflection of him. That's a reflection of us and just not knowing what we were doing when we were first getting this going. We're still learning, right? Anyone in here who thinks that they're perfect in this business is wrong. Okay, everyone in here, Brad is still developing himself every single day. Okay, And so we had to take that focus out, build a strong, sustainable business, develop the leaders. From there, identify where your leaders are. Okay? You need to know where your people are. That's why we travel, building those relationships, connecting with people, and that's half the, like, when me and Jake went to Alabama and Auburn and went on this crazy southeast trip, okay, we went out there, and the point of that trip, yeah, we didn't have the biggest meetings that we wanted to, but we built relationships, we identified the leaders out there, and from there, it's developing them, and having them come up, and putting the spotlight on them for that area, right? And then I go to Missouri with Mitch McGreal, go to Utah. I'm going to Utah on the 19th to work with my team out there. There's people popping up all over the place where you have to focus on those leaders, identify where they're at, bring them up, and start edifying them. Okay, edification. This is probably the most important thing. It's not just talking about your upline on a call, but edifying your downline. Okay, edifying the people in your business, the up-and-coming stars. Who in here is bronze but not yet silver? Stand up real quick, please. Let's congratulate them. Woo! I hit bronze 2 years ago this month. Okay? You guys can do... All these guys, every single person up here was bronze at one point. Right? When I first met Brad, it was like this whole distant thing about where you can go. Okay? Edify your downline, take the focus onto them, and start bringing them up. It's not about the platinums, the executives, it's about the bronze, the silvers, and the golds. Okay? That's what Tom Elkazan always asks me. How many new bronze leaders, how many new silver leaders, how many new gold leaders? Because that's what matters, okay? It's getting the newest person to start coming up and moving and having success with this company. Okay, it's focusing on those rising stars and really shifting the spotlight from person, like Cam's taking this spotlight, put it on Jake, right? Jake's putting it on Ben, Ben's putting it on everyone else in his downline, Kellen, all those guys, Javen, AJ. Okay, it's shifting the focus from yourself and onto your downline. From there, developing leaders. Okay, obviously, we talked about duplication with what Jake was talking about, obviously going through those stages, but how do you go through that? He talked about mentoring a bit. I think mentoring is one of the most unappreciated things in this business, okay? Or in this company. Because what this Forbes magazine came out and said MLM is an industry of mentoring. Okay, that's what we do. It's all about developing people. And it doesn't mean, you're sitting there holding hands the whole time talking like this. You're a guide, you're a resource, you're counseling people. You are that mentor for people in your business. And so in your Vima life, it's creating that culture of mentoring where you have a support system. Okay, you learn that support, you learn how to be a support, and then you go out there and you start supporting other people. Okay, Kanoa, okay, we talk about Kanoa quite a bit. Okay, he talked about this 3 key people in your Vima life. You have 3 people at all times, okay? Someone that you need a mentor, someone you're partnering up with, and someone that you're mentoring the newest success story that you're building. Okay? For me, it's pretty dang simple. Brad taught me and Alex. Right? Me and Alex partnered up at ASU, hit the ground running. From there, we brought up all these guys. Okay? That's how we've done. Now, from them, guess what their job is? They all partnered up with each other. Now they're focused on the next one. Okay? You guys, find someone that you're partnered up with. Find someone who's making $1,000 or more a month in this business and ask them for advice. Right? Find someone to help guide you and mentor you who's in your upline in this business, okay? Because that is what will allow you to grow and develop into the leader that you can become, and that's how you learn to duplicate. Duplication is the name of this game, right? Every action you do when building this business needs to be duplicatable, or it's not worth it, right? When we first started this whole thing down at ASU, okay, Brad instilled a culture of showing us the method. Like he's gonna come up here in a minute. And he's gonna talk about the method and system and really the culture behind.